Mr. Hal. In case you didn't know, this is Litton Guthrie Jackson coming to you from on board the MHS Hysteria. I thought that I would do things a little differently tonight. Ha ha! Experience. That's good. Welcome to Story Time with Litton. I hope you're all sitting comfortably. Tonight we recount the tale of Stormy and the Kraken. Long, long ago, before aether travel, there lived an able-bodied sea captain named Alfred Bulltop Stormalong. Legend has it that he was born out of the sea. Found as a beached babe on the shore of Cape Cod, he was already 2 fathoms tall. That's 12 feet, Mr. Hal. He grew to be nearly 5 fathoms tall in his life. That's 30 feet. And he was known all throughout New England as the finest sailor on the East Coast. He captained the proud clipper ship Tuscarora, which was custom built to suit his unusual size. Unusual size. One fine day in the afternoon, the Tuscarora was sailing in the mid-Atlantic Ocean, just a stone's throw north of the Tropic of Cancer. The skies were clear, but the waters were restless. The waves climbed to massive heights, so that even the massive Tuscarora was rocked by their crest and fall. One wave battered the stern so roughly that the anchor came loose and plunged all the way to the ocean floor. The sailors rushed to reel her back in, but before they'd even reached the crank, something gave a tug. The ship lurched to a jarring halt, throwing the sailors off their feet. All but Stormalong. He kept his footing and grabbed hold of the chain, yanking with all of his might. But still the anchor wouldn't budge. Taking his bowie knife between his teeth, Stormalong held his breath and dove overboard into the choppy sea. He swam and swam, following the chain, until his keen eyes spied the culprit behind the game of tug-of-war. The Kraken. A colossal, tentacled leviathan with barbed suction cups and eyes as big as wagon wheels. Eyes into which old Stormy was staring with unblinking resolve. Instantly, he snatched the knife from his teeth and set upon the beast, slashing and stabbing as the tentacles writhed like raging pythons. Stormalong fought with all his might, but still the Kraken wouldn't release the anchor. And old Stormy, he was beginning to run out of breath. Taking his knife in both hands, he plunged it deep into the monster's eye. And the giant squid let out an agonized burble, like a and finally released its vice-like grip on the ship's anchor and drifted limply down to the briny deep below. Tucking the anchor beneath his arm, Stormalong swam upward and breached the surface like some sort of beautiful merman. Hauling himself on board, Stormalong tossed the anchor onto the deck and reeled the chain back in with one hand. "As you were, boys!" he bellowed to his crew, and the Tuscarora sailed off into the horizon. Well, that's all the time for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the story. Good night, Mr. Hal.